welcome back to Retro Tech Toys. So we've all got those games that we absolutely love. We've loved them since we were a kid, or we grew to love them, but everyone else that we know hates them. And if it's not people that we know, it's internet blogs, other video game collectors, perhaps people in Facebook groups, YouTubers, wherever. So they'll either have a horrible rating or they'll have an average rating, and just everybody you know hates them, but you don't. I have a few of those. The first one here is Double Dribble. So I played Double Dribble when it first came out. I was really young. My uncle had a Nintendo, and that's exactly how I got to play it. I watched them play it, and it was really my first introduction to a realistic sports game, more realistic at the time. When it came out, some of the graphics for this were amazing. Now, you might look at the game and see that the graphics look really simplistic, but when you go in for a slam dunk or you make some other kind of a move, when you're going for a basket, you can have a special button combination, and it shows a pretty realistic for that time period example of someone getting ready to dunk the ball. And I always thought that was really cool, and I used to try to work on the button combinations and do whatever I could to get that sort of cutscene, so to speak, to pop up. And I just really love this game. I can sit here and play it with the longest periods. I can play it on, every difficulty level, whether it's beginner all the way up to hard. I just love this game. Next up, we've got Iron Sword Wizards and Warriors Part 2. Now, this one's interesting because it actually features Fabio on the front cover. Now, my introduction to people not liking Wizards and Warriors has come pretty recently, as I've been browsing game review blogs because I'm trying to beef up my NES collection. I've noticed that some people have really had some harsh things to say about this. And it's not just this game, it's the entire Wizards and Warriors series, which is so weird because I've been playing these again since they came out. And I love these games, and I don't think it's just the nostalgia for me. I like that it's fantasy-based, and these games are actually quite difficult. I've seen it said that the mechanics are really simple and that the gameplay is super repetitive, but I don't really think that's the case. It's extremely colorful, and you have all sorts of enemies coming at you all the time, and it's a pretty challenging game. The entire series is pretty challenging, but Iron Sword in particular, I really like it. Last up is Athena. Now, this is a game that is pretty much universally hated. I love it. So why do I like it so much and everyone else hates it? Well, some of the things I've heard about it are it's simplistic, it's weird, it's buggy, it has a ton of glitches, and it's just not a really good port because this was released on several other consoles. And I like it. This is the way I discovered it. I discovered it on NES, and I actually discovered it pretty recently. This isn't a game that I played as a kid. I'd heard of it, but I never got to play it. So I finally started playing it one day, and I just really love the colors, and I love how high you could jump. I mean, it's so exaggerated. I mean, you can jump all the way to the top of a tree almost. And I like how you smack all the bricks, and then you get different pieces of her armor that you can wear. And it'll make you stronger, it'll give you a little bit of extra life or whatever it is. And yeah, the game's got some bugs, and there are some parts that are pretty annoying, and it's actually a really, really hard game. But I honestly don't understand the universal hatred for it because it's, in my opinion, a pretty fun game. This is definitely one of those things to where I'm probably gonna be the odd one out here. I don't know many people that enjoy playing Athena. Even some of the most devout NES collectors just do not like this game. That's okay, and that's one of the great things about collecting video games and playing retro games is that we don't all have to like the same things, and sometimes other people can bring a different perspective to the table and to the discussion about why they like something, and you might see it in a different way. So I'm certainly all about that, and I'm certainly all about learning why people like games that I dislike, because it gives me a different way to look at the game, and maybe I'll end up liking it, or maybe not. Either way, it's just fun to collect these things. As you can probably see, I like a lot of games that are kind of fantasy-based and have a lot of color to them, and that's just my thing. If you throw that at me, I'm usually pretty good to go. So what are some games that you absolutely love that everyone you know hates? And it could be everyone that you know, or it could just be some close friends or family members, or it could be a blog that you follow or a Facebook group. or even some YouTubers that you like that just hate the game and you absolutely love it. So you saw 3 of mine, and I'll have some more later. I want to know what yours are, because I want to learn about some new games that perhaps I've never heard of before, and I think that could be a lot of fun. And let's not shame anybody, let's just have a good time in the comment section and talk about some of the things that we enjoy that other people might not. And we can give some reasons for that, and we could see what everybody likes and doesn't like. So thanks so much for watching Retro Tech Toys, and we will see you next time.